Originally, we were looking for just a very dark, claustrophobic space that could be like this bureaucracy of offices. But then when we came here, I like this contradiction between the industrial look and the function of this place as a power plant that looks like also it could be a place where people would make atomic bombs. But in reality, all they're doing is analyzing and interpreting American people's dreams. You know, ever since I started with making videos, which was back in 1998, we were a group of friends that came together. Qasem Ibrahimian, the cinematographer.
Dolly moves the two.
Shoja Azari, who then became my partner. The bonding was incredible because it wasn't just about an artistic synergy, but being Iranian artists that most of us had been in diaspora, most of us in exile. It created this family that had a purpose.
I've been working with Shirin Neshat since 1998. So we've been collaborating on many of these short films and video arts. Iranian stories are not told in act 1, 2, 3. It's layered. Means the layers like an onion peeling after another, you know? So it's that kind of approach that we have.
The setup of this is that you have this colony of Iranians in America that they live in a piece of rock. They have an operation that looks like nuclear facility, but they're collecting American dreams.
Once the main concepts are grounded, then it's really important how you shape it, because I'm a conceptual artist, and usually the way I think is just coming up with concepts. But developing this into a narrative that has a development and has a flow that is not just pictures but really makes sense. And so once my idea is born, I go to Shoja, and he brings endless ideas that are no longer mine, but they just get mixed in with mine.
Let's have like this. So this is the exit. I think Shirin is so abstract in her thinking that she might lose the audience. So I try to always bring tensions and narrative structure to just have, you know, a kind of cohesion. Continuity doesn't matter in art.
I'm very emotional, and I like to make work that are very emotional, whether they're portraits of people that we can feel that emotionality from their gaze or body language. There'd be pictures of 500-600 pictures of Americans on the walls, and the camera would be like a 360.
It's more like scary.
Cut. Great. That's a cut. Cut.
Well, you know, the first day is always very nerve-wracking because you have no idea whether you have the magic behind you or not. The last one also, no, just a little bit.
Not much, but like
A couple of feet. Yeah, come and look. Not too much.
Elham,
'Cause I like-
stop.
Good.
Perfect. I have to say that looking at the footage, it's exactly what I had in mind. What happens to this one female character is that she begins to emotionally identify with her subjects, which is a crime because she's not supposed to be emotionally relating to the American subjects and that they are the enemies. But what's more interesting is that what she's relating to is not their lives, but is their dreams. Because at the end, their dreams and nightmares are not that different than her own.
All of these.
Wow, look how nice. Shirin, did you see this? It looks like, you know, the humanity is thirsty for repeating the horror again, you know? There is this rise of protectionism, tribalism, nationalism, all of these once again. And it's dangerous.
When you show empathy, then there is resistance, you know, because the structure doesn't allow for empathy. Actually, that is beauty of humanity, that we empathize. We have a sense of empathy, and we should enter other people's dream in order to know them.
The people of Iran and the people of America, ironically, have a lot in common. But the Americans always feel like this superiority, and they're always looking down at our culture as if we are the oppressed, we are the one who has a barbaric lifestyle. You know, I worry about this country as much as I worry about my country. So it's exactly this is what the film is about, is that we have this shared pain, and a lot of it comes from political injustice.